What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We're here. Didn't start the video off with the intro like I usually do. I don't know. We're just gonna test this out. We're just gonna talk over this immediately. Let's get straight into it. Doing a little warm up today. I think I'm about to, like I said, I'm about to start including the warm ups in here a bit more. I was doing some stuff for my shoulders, my rotator cuffs, so that I could just feel strong. I think having that strong rotator cuff and having strong hip joints are like integral in like the way that your body sends that force throughout your body, right? Like my chest is moving and it's constricting, but the only way that it extends to my fist is through my shoulder. Everything has to go through here, and it's like trying to get all of that aligned. So the hips and the shoulders seem to be like these conduits of energy, and the stronger, or I guess like you could think about it like copper wire versus like some weaker wire or something, and the stronger the wire, the stronger the energy can be transferred. So we're just trying to get our energy transferring good, and that's why I'm also doing these. I remember doing these like when I used to play football and stuff, so interesting. But besides that, we just did some push-ups and we did some squats with our arms in the air, because I saw like this calisthenic lady, and she was talking about doing squats with your arms straight up, and it was actually like very intense for my upper back, and it made me like sweat. Actually, I was actually sweating. So also put the book under my heel, because I was watching another video where they were talking about ankle strength. Obviously, I think we talked about this with the butt wing stuff, but the ankle strength and how that affects your ability to like get deep into the deep squat, because the front of your feet have to like counteract the gravity that's pulling behind you. And so obviously my ankles are weak, and we're targeting that. And that's what the workout was today. But besides just talking about the workout, I think more and more as we continue to do things and continue to refine what we're doing, it's like remembering the intention with these workouts, and setting that intention. It might be different for you, and it might be different for me. And that's just a part of like understanding ourselves and understanding the goals that we want for ourselves in relationship to like our physique or our physical hygiene. And the K Bogue guy, he talks about this physical hygiene thing, and I think ultimately my goal is to just feel better. I want to like feel like my ankles, like I could just start sprinting at any moment, or I can just lift something over my head that's heavy at any moment. And that's the kind of situation I want to be in my life. It's not necessarily like when I was younger, where it was more so about like looking so cut and being all of that, though that is one of my goals, is looking really good. That's a part of this desire, a part of this motivation. But I think so much of what this is geared and rotating around is feeling good physically, feeling like, oh, I'm not aching when I'm getting up or whatever. And I think diet and all those things play a part in that. And I think, an analogy I heard recently was just talking about like GPS for a car. And you gotta put your destination in so that you know the route. And I think right now I'm just continuing to define that destination, and I'm continuing to find the best route. And it's good to have these resources that we have online, all these people that are giving this free information, and so we should use this free information. And besides that, though, I wanted to talk about like what I've been doing creatively and what I'm like kind of orienting myself around right now. And I think finding like these deep inspirations, these pieces of art that I really appreciate, the things that I engage with, that the creations from other people that make me feel very inspired. And I think like Ka has been something that's been in there, and all these artists. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. But Ka, Navy Blue, Earl Sweatshirt, and really studying like writing, and then on top of that, like from an aesthetic level, I need to really like continue to develop like what kind of imagery is standing out to me, and just continue to define all these things. And we're running out of time now. We're about to get into this reading, but just wanted to talk to you guys about the intentions and all of these things, and I'll see you tomorrow. Balance. We all need balance between physical and mental, inner and outer, social and personal responsibilities. In an age of increasing specialization and acceptance of one's job and career as the primary element of life, we are in danger of becoming too narrow. We occupy ourselves with being materially successful. We sacrifice personal priorities for the sake of business, career, spouse, or family. We think that as long as we do our job, raise our family, and accept a religion, then we will do reasonably well. But the problems in our society contradict this view. We face increasing health problems because of lack of exercise, careless diet, and urban stress. Our material desires never cease, and for many of us, our income cannot keep up with our ever-increasing wants. We often fall into obsessive and excessive behaviors, whether we are white-collar workers who work endless overtime hours or athletes who allow discipline to be swept away with celebrity status. We live in the most prosperous of civilizations, yet our personal problems belly our good fortune. Perhaps most sadly, we find ourselves inadequate when tragedy strikes us. An unexpected death in the family fills us with fear and uncertainty, and we are unable to explain the event to our children. Sudden illness finds us too weak to fend it off. Our relationships swamp our hearts with confusing emotions, and when we try to face questions about who we are, what we are doing here in the world, what we are doing about our future, and how we can face our own death, we panic. By balancing their personalities and engaging in daily self-cultivation, scholar warriors work to become capable of meeting such challenges. Those who have achieved this status would advise us to master a broad spectrum of disciplines, to balance the two sides of everything. If you are fighting in your career all the time, make the effort to also know compassion and philosophy. If you are cerebral, take the time to involve yourself in athletics. Eschewing sports because one is intellectual is foolish. Not developing the patience to read or learn because one is committed to athletics is equally mistaken. The contemporary scholar who ignores his body is committing slow suicide. The modern-day athlete who does not pursue culture and letters is courting brain death. Use one side of a dichotomy to counter the excess of the other. Such equilibrium is not all that is needed to meet our problems, but it forms a strong base. Self-cultivation requires discipline. If you want to be great, work hard and daily at what you want to do. It is only with discipline and perseverance that you will reach your goals. Discipline is freedom and the companion to imagination. Discipline makes it possible for you to become whatever you want. If you want to give up a bad habit, it is discipline that will liberate you. If you want to become someone extraordinary, it is discipline that will show you the way. Look at the scholar warriors of the past. Without discipline, they would never have developed the nearly supernatural skills they did. We should each set goals for ourselves and strive to achieve them, bearing in mind that we must ultimately face all of life's most difficult questions. Most of our goals will be worldly: good health, better relationships, and a more satisfying career. But these should be played out against the backdrop of more spiritual goals. We are human beings first, workers, friends, parents, and any other identity second. It still behooves each of us to confront the deeper questions of our lives, inquire into our own nature, understand the universe, and face the question of death. By achieving our worldly goals, we become free to move on to more spiritual considerations. Such spirituality is personal and is quite apart from religious orthodoxy. Few of us are ready for monastery, convent, or hermit's hut. We all are involved with society and have varying degrees of ambition that must be discharged. The way of the scholar warrior is a method of achieving personal excellence while still in this world. If you want to seek the Tao, if you simply want to live a good life, you can follow the way of the scholar warrior and gain a balanced and healthy life. That doesn't mean that you will not need teachers or books or that you will not meet competition. What it does mean is that these are mere adjuncts to your essential quest. You are the solitary individual on a solitary path that is the word of Tao. By all means, learn and strive and reach for whatever you imagine. Your way will be easier if you have many arts and skills at your command.